Welcome to Rocki's Reality. Get ready for unfiltered and unapologetic culture, entertainment, relationships, and a little bit of politics on Motor City Woman Radio. Follow Rocki's Reality on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. In the meantime, let's go. Welcome to Rocki's. We are closing out Black History Month with the Rashida the Glam Doctor. I'm giving my little crowd roar. Listen, y'all. This is a true testament of how perseverance pays off because Rashida and I, with these schedules, okay, both of us are busy mompreneurs. And at this point, I'm just honored that you had the time, Rashida, because she's been jet setting to LA, to Atlanta. So, Rashida the Glam Doctor, celebrity MUA, also, I want to say evangelist, because that's how I be feeling Jesus all up in the place whenever she goes live, because she always delivers a prophetic and just encouraging message as well. So I'm gonna put motivation. I'm gonna tap motivational speaker on there as well. She has had clients such as SWV, some of the Clark sisters family. Correct. Help me out here. Idris Elba, y'all. Men
I didn't do Idris Elba.
You didn't do Idris
No,
Elba.
I never worked with. I never worked with Idris. I never worked with
Okay,
Idris
well,
Elba.
what men? Because men get their makeup done too.
Omari Hardwick.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Amari Hardwick. Okay. Sorry, I got him.
I worked with Leon.
Okay. Laz Alonso.
Alonso.
Okay. Alfred Woodard. Holly Robinson.
Roberta Flack.
Yes.
I love working with Roberta Flack. Oh my gosh, you're so sweet. Vivica Fox, that's my boo.
Okay. Hey,
I've worked with a lot of. It's so interesting. People ask me my resume. I oftentimes forget some of the people I've worked with. I think because so often I'm working, so I'm not always like looking at it as the notch on my belt. And here recently, I've been trying to, state more of what I've done and where I've come from. I've been trying to be better at that because I am very humble, but sometimes I do need to look back and see what I've done and accomplished. So
remember that is it Judge Greg Mathis for some of our
and I've done Judge Greg Mathis as well.
I love it. And shout out to, and of course that's Detroit's own, and also another of Detroit's own and my fellow cast technician, Dr. Sabrina Jackson. Yes. I love how you get her together every Monday, Angie Stone. So the list can go on and on.
God, I've done Angie Stone too. Yeah, you're right.
look. Listen, I did a little research. So, and that's the thing. We have to remember how far we've come. Yeah. And I have a list of people that I've interviewed because I was like, dang, and I sometimes have to go back through my portfolio and be like, dang, I forgot I interviewed that person. I forgot. Yeah. And so it's just it just helps you. And that's those moments when you're having kind of those valley moments where you feel like, kind of discouraged. You got to look back and be like, you know what? Oh, I did that. And then also associated with some companies as far as L'Oreal, Iman Cosmetics, and the latest one, MasterCard, y'all. Yes. The MasterCard, the priceless campaign.
Yeah.
I'm just
the Strivers. It's the Strivers Initiative, and now they have a whole new campaign called Drop the Mic for the dope entrepreneurs.
I love
so they just put me in that for for the Grammy week.
Okay, so I love that. Yeah, because you had the billboard. Yes. That was across from the theater where they had the Grammys.
Yes, crossing the red carpet.
Yes. Listen, D Girls is global.
No, we got some bad sisters in Detroit. I'm so proud of all of my sisters from Detroit that are winning and doing amazing things. I always try to make sure I give them shout outs, or I reach out to them personally and say, hey girl, I see you, which I think is important to do, that we see each other and that we recognize it, because it's enough. Because guess what? Up in the sky, me and Dr. Sabrina talked about this yesterday. Up in the star, there are 1 million stars up in the sky. But guess what? They're all shining.
Exactly.
But guess what? When they're all shining together, it's just one big bright light, which is why the sky lights up at night, because of all the stars.
Together. And I definitely am a believer in we do more together.
Oh, absolutely.
I know it's that, that thing that kind of hangs over us, like, oh, we're crabs in a barrel, Detroit, this and that. But I love my city. Some people, we ride for each other. And I love how
that.
I just noticed it yesterday, how different fempreneurs around the city, how we share each other's stuff.
Yes.
And how we are on each other's flyers. I'm like, oh, she doing her event. She doing, and I love it. Shout out to Latanya Garth, by the way. She's one that I see her doing so many great things.
Oh yeah,
and
I got the girls on the
show. Yeah, Latanya, you next as far as because I'll be hopping in everybody inbox like, yeah, I need to have you on the show. So, but let's start with Rashida. When was the moment you knew you were going to be an MUA before it was even called an MUA, right?
So the moment that I knew I was going to be a makeup artist. So this is the thing. I never knew I was going to be a makeup artist. And I often tell this story, and I'm going to tell it really quickly. By my natural giftings are singing and acting. That's what I did really well all of my life. And so I thought I'd be doing that, right? I ended up doing makeup because I sat at a desk every day at AT&T, and I was 25, 26 years old, and I did not know how to apply my own makeup. And I asked a woman at my church, Pastor Talise, she's executive pastor Talise Harris right now, Serentia Harris. At the time, I said, hey, can you teach her to do my makeup? Because her makeup was so pretty at church all the time. Like, her makeup was so pretty. She was like, no, it's like, get some makeup and play in it. And I was like, okay. So I went to JCPenney and bought a little palette of makeup, like the eyeshadow palettes we have right now. That was some crap back then. Like, it was all powdery. I went and got some eyeshadow, but I didn't know what to do. And all you had right then was those little applicators. So I took the applicators, I looked in the Essence magazine, and I tried to duplicate what I saw. And in duplicating what I saw, my cousin Keela would ask me to do her makeup sometime. I would do her makeup.
Shout out to Keela Brantley.
Yes, I would do Keela's makeup. And Keela's friend Lisa was getting married in 2001. And she said, hey, Lisa want to know, can you do her makeup? Because she can't get in touch with the makeup artist she wants. And I was like, I don't do makeup for Pete. Like, I wasn't a makeup artist. And she was like, well, she figured you can do yours real good. You can do mine. Keela asked me 3 times. I told her no. On the 3rd time, as the Christian I am, I said, God, am I supposed to be doing makeup? And I always tell her just like this, as audible as I'm talking to you, the Spirit said, yes, do makeup. What? Makeup. And so I just went, and I was obedient to that voice, y'all. Again, not even knowing. I was young and I was still growing in Christ, but I knew that that's what I felt I was pulled to. Yeah. And I started doing makeup. And my friend Monica Brown was doing weddings at the time, wedding planning, and she sat across from me at Ameritech Cellular. Ooh, she sat across the cubicle from me. You went
back with that one.
Oh, baby, I used to put my makeup on at the desk. They would all be looking at me and like, ooh, and on. And Monica would let me do her clients. I think at the time, y'all was charging like $25 a face for makeup for brides and $35. But one thing I did have a contract. Okay. I didn't know nothing else.
Y'all not getting that price now. Just so y'all know, don't try to get no $25, $30 now. Don't even try it.
Yeah, I had a contract, and I was doing the makeup, and it just kept growing. This thing kept growing to something else, and so people would say, "Well, can you teach me?" And I'm like, I don't know nothing, but okay. And I took my very first class in 2005. So that was 2001 when I started. I took my first class in 2005 with Candace Corey, who was one of my mentors. Her class was like $700 some for 2 days. I asked all of my family, hey, can I, family and friends, they would give me $20, $50. My family and friends sent me there. And that's why, people always laugh at me. I cry a lot because I'm very sentimental, but I'm very grateful for the people that believed in me even before I even knew what this thing was going to be. And I gravitated to Candace. And what I gravitated towards in that class was the business side of it. It wasn't even the makeup, it was the biz. Like, wait a minute. I could do this, and I can make this kind of money. I could do this. I can move like this. Again, not knowing, but God was setting that stage for everything then. Then people would come to me, can you teach me? And I'm like, okay. My first person I taught, her name was Monica. Then a young lady named Kelly from my old church, Kelly Donald, started going with me and helping me. And then my friend Nika, and then I started putting things together, a system together with how people needed to work based on their skill set, because people was good in different areas. You know what I'm saying? Like, this person was good with this. So we made an assembly line. Okay, you do brows good. You do lashes good. You do foundation. And that's how we did it until we just began to grow and expand. And that thing took off a life of its own, which lets me know it was God. And look at where I am now. Like, I built this team. with the help of the Lord. And most of them are still with me. A lot of people along the way don't work with me anymore, but I still have a lot of the people, a core bit of people are still there with me. Been there with me over 10 years.
And you probably have prepared them for bigger to move on to their own.
Absolutely.
Things.
Absolutely. And some of them have moved on to their own things. Some people, and then some people don't want to have their own thing. You got to realize that some people they don't want to do this at the level that I'm doing. They want to just be a part of what we're doing and be able to be creative in their giftings.
Absolutely. So I guess I already know. That was my one question. If you weren't an MUA, what would you be doing? And I guess you'd be like either a singer and an actress.
Well,
or is there something else you'd be doing if you were
I would probably be
MUA?
I probably would be definitely utilizing my creative gifts in acting and singing, but I might even be a teacher because that's one thing I wanted to do. I wanted to teach speech pathology at one time. I was going to go to college for that. So probably teaching because I enjoy teaching. So working with young people in some capacity is what I would be doing if I was not doing makeup. You could put me in a center with young people, give me a job to do, and I do it, and I love it.
I love that. I could definitely see you at like a VOTEC for high school.
Oh yeah,
for girls, teaching them how to be MUAs. Do they still have VOTEC? Yeah, I
don't
might
know.
be aging myself.
I don't know.
I think kids still take VOTEC.
Do they still have VOTEC? Yeah.
But I think that would definitely be. I could definitely see you in that arena. So I love how you similar to me. Like when you get on your lives, you're just transparent. You're not trying to come with all the rah rah. It's just this is what it is, and I think that's part of what draws people to you because that's definitely what drew me to you. And then when we met in person, just that energy was just welcoming, and it wasn't like any of that cattiness. And I just really appreciate that warmness in your spirit. You're welcome. Absolutely, because I believe in giving people their flowers while they're here.
Thank you.
I believe in telling people people will be tripping because sometimes I say to my friends, like, I just love you. We'll be in the middle and I'm like, I just love you because I need to tell people. I believe in letting them know how you feel about them in that moment.
And I would say for me really quickly, that part of me comes from the family I was raised in. So I come from a very big family on both sides. My mother is one of 8. My father is one of 5, but my father's father was one of like 21. So
okay.
I'm very close. Like anybody know me, know my family, the Grahams, like I'm very close to them. I'm very close to my mother's side. And then our families are intertwined. So I've always been around a lot of cousins. See, all my life, it's been a lot of people I've been around. So that loving part of me, it comes from that. I love being around people. I don't like being alone. I love my cousins, my family, my aunts, my uncles. My neighbors. I love everybody. But that's just how I was raised. I was raised with my grandmother, my big mama. She's the one who took me to church. She's the one who introduced me to the Lord. And so because of her is how I watched how she loved people at a level that was exemplary.
In spite of themselves, too.
Listen,
child, that remind me of my grandma loving you, even though you acting like a heel. As she would say, that was my grandma. I'ma still feed you. I'ma still love on you, even though you.
So those parts of me have helped prepare me even in leadership. For the kind of family
being grace, showing people grace. Especially in this day and age, we need to show people grace at times because we so used to being like rigid with people, and we need to show people grace. So talk about the journey. Because when you pulled out that one picture, we've all gone through some transitions. Because I look at pictures of myself and I be like, dang, I don't know, not even just a physical, but you can just feel like the aura about someone is different. So talk about the journey from the dark to the red hair. Because that one time I heard you say, I'm gonna tell that journey one day, and I said, oh well, this would be a perfect.
The dark. So this is what happened. I was getting my hair done by Kia Nicole. One day I had told her I wanted to get my hair, dyed. I wasn't really sure about the color. I thought I wanted to do something orangey. I really wasn't sure. But one of my best friends called me on one day. Y'all know my partner T Money. He called me on the phone one morning, and he was just encouraging me because I've been really going through some stuff. And he just called and he said, when you walk in a room, you change the whole atmosphere. And I was like, and I was listening to him intently. He said, you just are a flame when you come in the room. He said, and when you leave, you drop embers. And when he said that, it resonated with me in such a way that day. I still remember the day. It was in May. I believe that was 2018. I think I got the red hair. And when he said that, I just was like, when I went out to Kia, give me red hair with some orange undertones and make it like fire.
Yeah.
Because that's what I am. And so that's the story about the red hair. And the red hair just caught on, period, just with everything I've done and everything I do. And so people love the red hair. They actually, like, MasterCard was like, don't get rid of the red hair.
I love
We
it.
love the red hair. And so the red hair, it makes me feel some kind of alter ego-ish kind of situation. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I feel very empowered with the red hair.
Yes.
The red makes me feel some kind of way. It makes me
Yeah, it
feel,
does.
it makes me feel powerful. It does make me feel ignited. It makes me
Mhm.
feel like I can do anything. It makes me feel sexy. It makes me
Yes.
feel beautiful. So, and I just love the red hair. And I just, yeah, she's here with me for a minute. I don't know when I'm gonna let her go.
No, don't though, because and I love the red too. And I'm um and I love the variations of red. Because in the
Yes.
wintertime, I like more of my dark burgundy.
Okay.
Then in the summer, I'll start having more of the
Okay.
red fire. So I love, and like you said, how you can experiment with it.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my hairstylist, Brandy Hair Bossy Johnson. She's like, I'm gonna put a little purple in it. I'm like, oh,
Hey,
purple,
Brandy Hair Bossy
yes. I
Johnson.
love her. So I love and it's just like as you come into your own as a woman, as you mature, it's just it's like it's no limits. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's a hard to describe. It's like when I turned 40, I just felt like I was limitless. Like, God, this is a new
Mm.
chapter. It's a new horizon for me.
Yeah,
And
I
that's when I
agree.
really just enjoy switching up and changing your look.
Yeah.
I love that the versatility that
Yes.
we can have as women. And I proudly tell people I'm a weave queen. I don't care. I got enough of my own real hair,
Oh,
okay? But I
listen.
love switching up different weaves, the different textures, the different
Understood.
colors.
Yeah.
And I just let us, hey, shout out to DeAndre Ford and Mia Brooks and everybody else watching
Hey.
on Rashida's Live. I love that. So let's talk about some of the MasterCard a little bit more. What
Okay.
was that experience like? Like when they called you, Rashida, did you think, well, you had already been doing celebrities. So were you surprised when they called you, or what, how did that come together?
Okay. Let's talk about the MasterCard situation. Okay. So MasterCard reached out to me. No, MasterCard did not reach out to me. Let me go. The Tiffany Casting Agency from Los Angeles reached out to me in an email and said, we have this. It said, all these things they had going on for this commercial they were doing. We think that you will be a good fit for it. You should really apply for it, and you had to be this, that, and the other. So when I saw it, but I don't think I even looked at it. So this young lady came on my Facebook page in my inbox on Facebook. I've been trying to reach you. Can you please call me? And can I please talk to you? Can you please respond to the email? And I'm like, who are you? So I thought it was a joke. So I'm gonna go ahead and with the joke, right? I'm gonna go ahead and play along with it today. I got time. Really, real talk. So she sends me her number. So I said, let me call her. So I call her.
Oh my
And she
God,
answers
that's
the phone. We
hilarious.
have a real conversation, but I'm still in my head thinking, this is not real. She began to tell me.
This ain't right.
So she
Something ain't
said,
right.
well, this for MasterCard. We're doing this thing for Black women, small businesses. And we've looked at your information and who you are. We think you'll be a great fit. And I said, oh, okay, so what I got to do? And she was like,
Lips
well,
still pursed.
what I have to do? What I
Skeptical,
have to
huh?
do to be, a part of this? She said, oh, well, the only thing you got to do, fill the application out, and then you have to submit a interview. Like, no, you have to submit an audition. I said, oh, thanks so much. I said, I don't like auditioning. I'm intimidated by that. I said, so I don't want to do that. Because I auditioned with singing and act. I did that like when I was younger. I didn't feel like doing the whole audition competing thing. I
Yeah,
just
it's a
don't do
lot.
well with competing. That's not
All of that,
me.
right.
So I was like, no, thank you so much.
Mhm.
I'll pass. Child, I told my brother Mike Reeves, like the next couple of days we were talking, I had decided I might do it. So I didn't call him and his wife Kim, and we on the phone talking. We FaceTime because we in the pandemic.
Right, because I remember it happened
We're in
around that
the
time.
pandemic.
I
So
remember that.
I
Yep.
reached out to Mike and they were like, "What you doing today?" I said, "I'm
Mike,
supposed to go
this
do
was
this."
in the thick of it, like
Yeah,
2020 going into 2021. I remember
so
it.
this
Yeah.
was like I had to do it in like it may have been like it was like September, October or something. And I
Hmm.
said, well, Mike, I gotta do this audition today. He said, well, come to our house to do the audition. I was like, let me come to y'all. Okay, cool. So I went to their house. Let me thank you, Mike Reeves and Kimberly Reeves. I love y'all. Y'all are my people because they helped me. They helped me. Kim, we get in the living room. So me and Kim, I said, well, let me go ahead and read the stuff. Child, it was like 10 points you had to hit in this audition. You had to do the audition yourself on your phone. Okay. You could not do anything professional. 3 minutes, and you had to answer all these questions. You had to remember them. Now, again, I'm an actress, right? I can always pull that out of my hat. So I knew how to flow and read, but I was like, Kimmy, I don't know what to do. So I was like, you know what? Get some paper. So what we did, we created cue cards. So she put one word up on each card for me. I said, put this word up. And then she coached me before we did the audition. Kimmy coached me about how to answer the questions, the best way to answer. I would answer it, then she would come back, and she's an attorney by trade. So she would give me what to say. And we end up doing the audition. I called the girl who does my videos. I said, hey, can you splice these 2 videos together to make 3 minutes for me? She said, okay, I'll try. I might could do it. The audition had to be due the next day. Mind you, okay? This girl did do the thing. She did the thing for me. She sent it back to me. So if the audition was due at 6, it was due at 3:00 Los Angeles time. I got that audition in there at 2:45, which is 5:45 our time.
Wow.
Like it was the 11th hour.
Child.
The next morning, I had an email back saying, we want you for the next phase.
Yes.
And the next phase was an interview. I had to go into my studio, which was not yet done. I was embarrassed. It was not done. Nothing was done. I was like, it's not even cute. Like, y'all might not want me. And I told them, I was like, I don't know if I want it. She was like, no, just do it in the studio. And when I did it in the studio, I did the audition for like 26 people on a Zoom call. Now, listen, I didn't know who was on the Zoom call. I didn't know it was 26 people watching me, y'all. But I know I can't see nobody. It's black. And I'm talking and they're asking me questions. And the young lady who was the director, her name is Child. I love Child. Oh my gosh, she's a young director in Hollywood. Child loved me. When they got done my interview, they asked me the questions. They loved my authenticity. They loved how I showed up, my energy. And they wanted me right away. They wanted to book me. Like before I got off that call, I got the text message back, you're going to be booked.
All right. And you know, a common theme right quick that I'm seeing here, Rashida, that I do as well. We always talking about what we lacking or what we don't have. Not realizing we got everything we need. God prepares the call, right?
My whole thing, God gives me everything I need.
Right. You were saying, oh, can I, when you first started, people asking you to teach them. You like, I don't do that, but now you're doing it. Obviously, more people were asking.
Right.
You MasterCard, you like, I ain't got all of that, but you obviously had enough.
Right.
And so that's a common theme that I see a lot of times, that we won't, we feeling like, oh, we gotta have so many things, and what I gotta have this,
and
I don't
who
have that.
We are as we are is enough.
It's just that, because all of that pomp and circumstance, sometimes you can see through that when people are fabricating stuff, all these different videos. You be like, okay, y'all had to set this up. This is not a natural, organic thing. And some things are cute when they staged, but most things that resonate with me is when it's a natural thing. So I love that. And as Mia says, Rashida has such a great spirit. I talked to her in 2001 about learning from her. I still wish I would have done it. I would have been working as self-taught and freelancing for 3 years at this point. But Mia has her own Mia Brooks has her own beauty care line. As far as skin, Luminosity Naturals is hair and beauty care products. So Mia, she's still putting on classes. She's gonna be still putting on classes, and you can still tap into that, because as long as you got breath, you can still do something. But maybe God put you down that path for a reason, Mia. So and I was talking to a mentor today, and I love how we have to be reminded to get out of that mind of scarcity. My therapist was saying this yesterday. You got to get out of that mind of scarcity. And I love, and shout out to Erica Lane Brown watching, who is the one who reminded me. She was like, because I was telling her I'm struggling with, taking Rocki's reality to the next level. I need to do this and that. And she said, she gave me about 3 quick tips, and she said, don't even claim that struggle. And she was like, and I was like, you know what? You're right. So I think we just need to be reminded of that at times. And that's what you've done for me at times. And it's like, God be like this. I came on live right before the show, and I was like, God be like this sometimes, thump you on the forehead, like, hold up now. We think you thinking something is not going a certain way, but actually he working it out, and it's working out even better. So MasterCard, obviously they wouldn't have been calling you if they had not already made up their mind that they wanted you. It was just like, now let's go through the formalities of it. And that's what I'm seeing a lot of times. Just God is testing to see, like, you said you wanted it. Now I'm putting it here for you. Are you going to follow through with it? Because you might think you lacking, but you really got exactly what is needed. So I love that. I love that. How you just always share those stories. Let's talk about some misconceptions. Because just like today, y'all, we're gonna do a little as y'all can see, I've only got on some foundation and lipstick. Rashida gonna get me together with a quick little glam. She gonna get some quick little tips. We towards the end of the show, we're gonna do a quick little glam session where I'm gonna be the model and she gonna make me up, put a little glam on. But what are some misconceptions? And shout out to Ashley Tolliver, a fellow MUA here, and celebrity MUA here in Detroit, who put that post yesterday breaking down how a lot of people don't realize everything that goes into getting your glam done, especially if it's a bridal party or just if you on a set of somewhere. So talk about that, Rashida. What are some misconceptions?
I think one of the misconceptions that we just come out as very easy. So you're paying for, a lot of times you're paying for our time and you're paying for our expertise. So there used to be a post out, some people posted it often about, you're paying me this amount because I can do it in 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? You're paying me this amount of money because I can do it quick. You're not paying me because it's taking so much time. Like, I can do a whole face in 15 minutes if I had to, and you're gonna look amazing. And you have to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? And so I think the misconception sometimes is that makeup shouldn't cost that much money. People sometimes will say, oh, that's too much money. And listen, makeup is a luxury. It's a luxury thing. Everybody's not getting makeup every day. Well, I'll take that back. Now people are getting makeup every day. So I can't even say that anymore. But I think that people sometimes feel like, oh, it should be this amount, this amount. So you have to understand, when you're looking at someone with the amount of experience that myself and a lot of other makeup artists have in our areas, that will cost you. Now, listen, there are levels to this thing. So there are people who haven't done it that long. You know what I'm saying? If you want to pay it, you want to pay, 50 to now, $50. I don't even know if you can get anybody $50 now, but you want to pay $50 to $75 for a face, then you can get that. But understand what that level comes with. You can't have the expectation. So for me, I now provide experiences when you get a makeup session from me. We get glam. People say to beat the face. I don't like the term beat. That's just me. It's not talking about anybody else and what they use. In my business, I use glam the face. So when we glam in the faces, we give you a whole experience. So when you come into my studio, we're igniting all of your senses. Your smell, your sight, touch, smell, hearing, and taste. So when you come in, it's gonna smell good because we got the candles lit, right? So you come in, it's like, oh, this feel, your sight, you're gonna see this beautiful blue aqua color that's gonna immediately calm you down when you walk into the room. There are grays in there, there are purples and yellows and different colors like that. So you're gonna be calmed down when you see that. What you're gonna hear is the music that you asked me to play for you.
Okay,
because I want to know what you want to listen to when you come in. You're gonna have the music that you want to listen to. We ask you that. Then the taste. What do you like to drink or have to? We have snacks in there. We ask you anything you want, tea, coffee, whatever. We try to have that prepared for you when you come into the studio. And then last is the touch, how we touch you. That's a luxury experience too, because it's the touch. If I'm just doing that to your face or just, moving you around, it's the gentleness, being gentle with you. So we provide an experience for you. And that costs just a little bit more money than it may cost down the street or around the corner. When it comes to bridal makeup, especially, Ashley talked about yesterday. I love her post. She talked about, what it takes to come and get your makeup done for a wedding. And so I know for me, I raised my bridal rates up. I actually posted about this a few weeks ago. I made the decision last year to raise my bridal rates up significantly. And when I did that, it brought a different level of clientele to the table. So most of my brides now, anyway, they book me for the entire day. An entire day with me is $1,500. If the bride wants me, it's $550. If they want my team, it's $350. And there are different levels.
That's just for the bride.
That's just for the bride.
Not including her party. Okay.
When I come, I only do the bride. Because what I realized was I was going to do in the bride when I was charging like $200 and some dollars. And I was tired because I had been doing everybody else that day just to make this amount of money to make it worth it when I go do the bride. Now, when I get to the bride, I'm tired. I'm not really feeling it. I'm like, So when I look back at my numbers last year, I only did 20 weddings last year because people ain't been doing weddings like they usually do anyway. But I did 20 weddings. But that 20 weddings in 2022 equated to 45 weddings before I changed the price in 2018-19. So 45 weddings. The same amount of money. I charge more money and I only did 20, but I ain't work as hard. Oh, hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Okay.
Working smart, not harder.
I worked smarter, not harder. My team understood, like when we went in, they did the bridal party and took care of them. I took care of the bride only. I was able to focus on the bride only. and was able to focus on her for the day. I didn't have to do anybody else that day if I didn't want to, because I'm making enough money to not have to worry about that portion of
Yeah.
it. And I'm able to give her a better experience, a better time with us as a team. It's just been amazing. And it's growing and it's going. So that is one of the misconceptions. When you're thinking about a service, you have to think about the level that you want.
Yeah.
When you want to
You
pay
pay for
for
what
it,
you
you
get. You
really
do.
do.
You
And I
do.
even me now, when I get certain services, if they tell me too low of a price, I go to the next person because I want something different now because I know what I give.
Yeah, absolutely. And right quick, Joe, just let me know when we got about 20 minutes left so we can move into doing that demo, because I like her to give you all a few tips. We're going to give Rashida a chance to glam me a little bit and give a few tips to ladies as we move into spring, which is coming soon. So,
Yes.
but how much? So, how much does on average should it cost? What for
For makeup?
for a quality MUA,
So
Rashida?
I
Let's
would
give
say
a
quality.
range.
A range is
Let's
about
give a range.
100 to 150 $50.
Okay, for
And
you get
that's
a
if you're
full face blend.
going to them.
Okay.
If you're going to them. If they're coming out to you, you should expect to pay. But some people charge as low as 150. But like me, when I come out to on location, I charge 275.
Okay.
That's for just a regular day. Now, if you give me on a Sunday before or after hours, that price goes up
Okay.
because you're coming out. A Sunday is like our off day. You know what I'm saying? And so
Right.
the price goes up. And that could be for me 375 on a Sunday to come out
Okay.
to you. And my team is like 225 or something like
All
that.
right.
So on average, 1 to 150 to go in for a quality makeup artist. If they're coming to you, want to look at to start at least 150 with them coming out to you. I think sometimes people, get a little jammed up and like, oh God, it's so much. But I'm like, they don't understand. We got to
Right.
pack
Right.
up, drive to
Gas.
you.
Right.
So really, when I come out to you, so think about it. Let me do it like this real quickly. If I charge 150 a face in the studio, and that's per person. So I give myself 1 hour. So 150 times 3 is what?
450. I
150
think.
times 3 is like 450. No,
Okay.
I'm saying one, two, three, four
Girl,
fifty.
okay.
So $450. If I go out to a client, one person, and it takes me 30 minutes to get to you and 30 minutes to get back to my studio, I'm an hour with you
Yeah.
setting up.
Mm-hmm.
So I set up, I'm doing an hour with you, then I gotta have set up and take down time.
Yeah.
I'm looking at about 3 hours with you,
Yeah.
close to 3 hours with you, with all the time involved.
Mm-hmm.
So we lose money when we go out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why the pricing is the way it is. If a makeup artist is charging correctly, that's the ranges they should be in if they're looking at their time overall. But then some people, do makeup as it's just their side gig. They just enjoy doing it. So you might not pay as much with them
Right.
because for
Because it's
them
not
it's just not,
right.
But for me, this is my full-time job. We
Exactly.
have a studio you're coming to. We have a website. We have people that are really on payroll that we pay. Like I have an accountant. I have a media team I pay.
Right.
I mean, we have a lot of stuff that gets paid out every single month before we touch our face.
Right.
Let's talk about that. The
Okay.
amount of money that's got to be paid before any faces are touched.
Mm-hmm.
Before I get any money in my pocket, these things got to be paid in the business
Mm-hmm.
when you're running your business as a business.
Because this the one part is being creative, but the other part, the business
It's the
part,
business side.
that's a whole another shebang
Yeah,
right
there's a
there.
cost of doing business when you're
Mm-hmm.
doing business. And you're not just treating it like a hustle. And that ain't no knock to people treating it like a hustle. I run my business as a business so that I can be able to do certain things because the bank don't care about my hustle. The bank cares about the numbers that they see.
They don't care how fine.
They want to see the accountant. They want to see the P&Ls. They want to see all the different things about how much money I made, how much I lost, all those different things, how much I paid my people out. Like my sister does all of my payroll on my team. I don't even touch the money. So that's a misconception. I don't go in and touch money to pay people. My sister does that because if I get in my hands and I'm gonna mess it up. So I just give somebody who does that well. I give them that job.
It's about, and that's also about I remember what you were saying, prioritizing your business.
Yes.
And that's like knowing what to get people to help you with certain lanes, because every lane is different.
It is.
And that's what I've prayed for. Like, I need a team, Lord, because I just want to focus on being a creative
girl.
And it's coming. It's coming. I'm claiming it slowly but surely. The pieces are coming together. So let's touch on that. No, first I want to ask you, who have been some of your favorite people and why? and who has surprised you? I know you're not gonna talk trash about nobody.
Oh, I never
But
would, but
yeah, but who has
mm,
been what has been some like can we just get a little insight on some of the people
the people that I've
that you
worked with
yeah.
and some of my favorite people that I've worked
Yeah,
with,
yeah.
celebrities wise, or
Mm-hmm.
just in general?
Well, just in general, but people want to hear about the celebrities, but just in
Okay.
general too.
Okay.
But a little bit of both, please.
Okay. One of my surprises, okay, was working with Omari Hardwick, Ghost,
Mm.
with his fine self.
Yes.
Man, I enjoyed. So
Woo.
most of the time for me, I'm very intuitive. So most everybody I work with, I'm never really surprised when I get in front of them because I already have a conception about them because I've been kind of reading up on them. Like was read up on my people, and this was actually like pre Instagram, the way before I would read up on people. But Omari Hardwick was amazing to work with. I really enjoyed hearing his story. I enjoyed hearing about his family, how he loved his wife, how he just wanted to push her. Um, I enjoyed, talking to him about his role as Ghost. I enjoy talking to creators about where they are and where they're trying to go. One of the things he shared with me at that time was that he basically was in a when it came to Ghost, he basically was kind of like in this hold with that character, and he wanted to break out of that because people knew him as Ghost, right? And so he was talking about just being able to do other things, and he was sharing with me a movie that he wanted to do, a very popular movie he had a part in. He had to give the part up because of his schedule with Power. And so I really began to think like, wow, that's really interesting. You know what I'm saying? The ebbs and flows. And even in the entertainment industry, you have to make certain decisions. And so that I really enjoyed working with him. I always talk about Vivica. I love working with Vivica because I loved her realness and her rawness. I loved how incredibly loving she was. She is. I loved how approachable she is, how touchable she is, and how real she is. Even though she's in Hollywood, she's not of it. And so that is one thing that I still love about working with her. Um, I would say in everyday life, a lot of my clients, I love working with them. A lot of the women I work with that are in executive positions, I learn from them. I sit and do their makeup. But man, when I tell you, I learned so much from them. As much as I'm pointing to them, they're pointing to me. And I'm listening to them sometimes on their phone calls and their meetings, and listening how they lead their teams and the things that they deal with and how they have to rise above a lot of the BS in their own industries, how they're dealing with things. We look at people like, oh my God, they have it going on. You have no idea the things people deal with at the top, especially
I need a bell for that. Where the
black
bell?
women. Like black women,
Child.
black women are doing so much. I mean, they're dealing with so much at the top because people trying to still bring them down. And so when I'm working with my clients, I'll be praying for them. I'm touching them, but I'm praying when I'm touching them. No, I'm just praying for them. And I'm praying for them before I come into the studio. I'm praying for them when they leave the studio, that, God will be with them and things like that. So that's, I hope I answered the question for you.
No, you did. And that's why I said in my one description that you beautify women internally and externally. Because you're not just, so to speak, and I gotta steal April Sutton's phrase, you're not just covering the chaos. You are actually, and I
Cover the
love, shout out to April
chaos.
Sutton Dudley, by the way.
Cover the chaos.
You're not just covering the chaos, but you actually are feeding the soul. And that's what
Yeah.
I found in listening to you and interacting with you. Like, I just love the grace you exude, and just also just that briskness there. Well, because you was like, look, we can't do, when we got here, he was like, I can't do that there, Rocki. I was like, okay, yep, let me know how it needs to go. So now that you are gonna be 50 this coming year, at the beginning or the end of May?
I'll be 50 May 24th.
Oh, love it, Gemini. So that's why you're so sweet. See, May Geminis are so much nicer than the June.
June Geminis are different. I got some of my family. I know.
My auntie is a June 4th, so I already know they a little bit most, that twin be acting up. That twin be twinning. But talk about what that is like, because I was telling a young lady, she's like 27, and I was like, girl, when you get to your 40s, it's just like a whole new world. Like each decade of life, and not for me, black women for me, it's like we get better with time, because your confidence and just like that maturity, and you go through all these life experiences. So talk about, what are some things you've been reflecting on as 50 approaches?
Oh my God, as 50 approaches, one of the biggest things I've been reflecting on is the things that I want to do and still have to accomplish. And so thinking about my mortality, thinking about my daughter, thinking about she's an only child, and thinking about the things I've got to make sure are in place for her, the things that I've got to make sure that she knows as she's growing into young adulthood and young womanhood, that I have to have for her, how I have to be there for her in certain aspects and ways, how I have to introduce her to certain things, how I have to expose her to a lot of different things, how I have to even make even more sacrifices because of her. So that's what's really on the forefront of my mind as I turn 50. But I'm also I'm in a very grateful space as I turn 50. I'm looking at my life and all the things I've been able to do, the people I've been able to work with, the places I've been able to go, the rooms I've been able to sit in. If y'all only knew, I don't talk. I mean, we talk on social media. I don't talk about half the stuff I deal with. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I think about. I've been really reflecting on all the people I've been able to help in a way that some people wouldn't be in certain spaces if God hadn't used me as a conduit for them. You know what I'm saying? And so because of that, I make sure that I always go back and say thank you to my people, my mentors that have helped me. I make sure that I try to, I'm always making sure I'm thanking my team, the team that works with me alongside of me at the Glam Doctor. Shout out to them. They are amazing
How
people.
many is it? How many?
So here in Detroit, it's like, and I can't, so I'm just about to pair. I don't know. It's probably about 20 people here in Detroit.
Okay.
Probably total, probably about 25 to 30 of us. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of them have been with me a very long time, but they're very, loyal, loyal to me, but also loyal to themselves in terms of what they want to do. They're here for it. They want to learn. They want to grow. They want to execute in a way of excellence. And I can appreciate that, wanting to walk in excellence at all times. And so we have transparent conversations. We did a brunch back in December, which we're going to be doing another brunch. We're going to do it as a retreat this time. We did a beauty brunch and my team was there. And after the beauty brunch, we sat down and had a conversation. We were talking to my friend LaShawn Phoenix, Detroit Phoenix, LaShawn Phoenix Cortarian. LaShawn Phoenix Moore. We were talking with her. We were just talking about some things that we just were just kind of laying our hearts on the table. And it was so beautiful to be able to come down from what we had done for everybody else and get poured back into each other. And that is one of the things I love about my team. We really are a team. We really genuinely love each other. We have each other's backs. We support each other. That's important to me when I'm working with people. I always want to know when people want to work with me. Why do you want to work with me? Is it just for the money? Is it just if it's for the money, that's cool too. That's cool too.
Is it because you the glam doctor?
I want to know why they want to be here. Why do you want this? Why do you want to be a makeup artist? If they tell me they want to work with celebrities, why you want to work with celebrities? A lot of times people want to be with celebrities because they want to be a celebrity. And it's not about you being a celebrity because you are a servant in your area. We're not, God has blessed me to be known, right? But that's not what I'm here for. I used to want to be a celebrity. I used to want to be a celebrity makeup artist. I want to be a celebrity makeup artist. Now that I'm in this thing, I'm gonna be careful with my words right now. I want to be. God is calling me to that arena more than I am calling myself to that arena now. God is pulling me that in certain ways that was trying to pull it back from, and I kind of want like, oh, I'm cool. Now I was like, no. So that's why I have to expand and expand my territory. Well, I'm expanding things so God can enlarge my territory. That's why I had to put. You talk about people. I put Chartrice on my team. She's now the operations manager for the team, which is God, such a blessing because I'm able to give her the things that I need to give her so that I can do other things I need to do, to be able to grow and fly. So yeah.
I love that. Putting people in position is important. And knowing at times that y'all, I'm gonna just say it because she can't say it, but working with celebrities is not all it's cracked up to be. Sometimes it's a lot that goes into it. Okay, it's a lot. It's a blessing and it's definitely great, but it can be. It's not all glam. At the time as y'all think, it's a lot of moving parts.
As one of my girlfriends said to me recently, she said, no, and she literally works with mostly celebrities all the time. She said, most of her clients that she works with are difficult to work with. But she knows that she's called to that. She knows that God has called her to that.
So
that's why she's doing it. It's a lot. And you have to have thick skin. If you got thin skin, you get offended real fast, you in your emotions, it's not the place for you.
Right. Right.
Oh no.
So I wish we had more time, but we gonna wrap it up because I want to get to the glam portion.
I told you I was gonna have, we was gonna be talking.
I know,
I
right. And thank you for Joe reminding me because we be here all night just kick. But that's okay. You a friend of the show now. You can come back.
I
And
would
that's
love
what
to
I
come
want to
back.
ask. I want to make sure that we get this established. What are the upcoming appointments or projects or events? What's coming up next? Oh, you going to NAACP Image Awards
Oh
as a guest,
yes.
y'all. She ain't got to be working. She's going as a guest. She can go and enjoy everybody else's glam. So what's coming up next?
What's coming up next? I am working on my skincare line. Well, the skincare line is done. It is called Harmony. I'm working really diligently with my brand manager to get that out in second quarter. We're just working on some partnership things with that. And the skincare line is going to be, it is amazing. I have used it for a few years before I even got into wanting to do it with this person. And so that is one of the things that we are working on. That's big. Look for some more of our brunches. The brunch went so well. We're going to be doing that, but we're looking to do it as a retreat. So we're working on that and having our glamorous gatherings return. We're looking to have those return this the top of this. I believe we're going to start back in April. That's where women gather and we talk about things, beauty, life things. It'll be at the studio. It'll be limited access to it. So you'll be able to come, chill out, eat, drink, be merry, wine down with us. Wine down with us for those who like wine.
Yeah.
And so those are some of the things that are coming up. You can always book a private lesson with us. I'm not the only one who does them. My team does them. You can go on our site at theglamdoctor.com.
Yep, I was going to go into
and book
next
your appointment. Yep. Oh, and we still have our special going on really quickly. The special that we have is called Who This? New Glam. Oh no, New Glam. Who This? One of those. Anyway, it's only $65. And it's for any woman who has never had a professional makeup service done. And our team is doing that until the end of February. So you can still book that appointment for $65. You get the lashes, the makeup, and the whole experience because we want everyone to be able to enjoy that. When we talk about pricing, some women have not gotten their makeup done because they don't see the value in it because it just doesn't make sense to pay that much money for makeup. But baby, when they sit in that chair and they come in, they're like, oh,
I saw the look on their face. I've seen the ones on your stories and you can just tell they just lifted in a whole new way.
I didn't know it was going to be
I love it. So the glamdoctor.com. And then where else can they find you on social media?
Oh, all social media. They can sign us on Instagram for theglamdoctor.com, on TikTok, The Real Glam Doctor or The Real Glam Doctor. I'm still trying to get my TikTok going. It's hard to manage.
Listen.
And then on Facebook, it's The Glam Doctor. My personal page is Rashida the Glam Doctor LaShawn.
Okay, I love it. So we are gonna. Is there something you want to ask me, Rashida, before we move into, or anything else you want the audience to know before we're gonna do a quick little glam, where she gets me together, y'all, right quick, and give y'all some tips, ladies, for the spring.
The one thing I just want to just to add to people that believe in yourself and the thing that you want to do, and I talk about this often. Dare to do it beyond hope. Go against hope. Go against everything else that anyone else will try to tell you to turn you around or to disrupt your dream. The dream disruptors, it's a real thing. And so you have to at least try it. I'm a person, I've tried so much stuff, child, and if it didn't work, I just go on to the next thing. So you can't be disrupted in your dreams. And I want you to be able to just launch into the deep. If you don't know what to do, reach out to somebody for help. There are some people, and don't be afraid of a no. No is a complete sentence. And some people will tell you no because some people don't want to be bothered. I mean, it's just who people are. Everybody's not like me. Everybody's not kind and nice and wants to help people. Everybody's not like Rocki. So you're going to have people that are going to tell you no. And it's okay. Get used to it. It's cool. Keep going, keep pushing. Because just because somebody said no, don't mean it's the reality.
And it might be, and rejection might be God's protection.
Yes,
a lot of times,
because
they might be telling you no, so the right person can tell you yes.
Absolutely,
that's what I'm learning too. Like sometimes somebody tell you no, and you upset, and it's like, you know what, God, you saved me.
Yes.
Later on, you be like, oh, you know what, I didn't need that. So great word. So y'all, we're gonna switch a little bit. Give us a moment. We're gonna switch over to where I'm going to switch to the chair and Rashida going to get me together. So y'all stand by as we make that transition.
Okie dokie.
We got about 15 minutes now. Okay. Let's go ahead and switch over here. Welcome to Rocki. I love it. You want to come back when you got the other.
Okay.
Tell myself to keep cool, feeling like it's showing on my face. I know you see me struggling to keep my eyes focused above your waist. But if I could keep it totally a buck with you, I'm usually a gentleman. But the way that it's way when you move got me feeling like switching up my temperament. It's so hard for me to look you in the eyes. Like the sundress fitting on your thighs got me feeling like, ooh, girl, I'm such a mess. Way you looking in that sundress. It's so hard keeping the conversation clean when you approach with a walk so mean. You're swaying like, ooh, I'm such a mess. When you looking in that sundress. Slow down, don't need to be alarmed now. I'm just a man.
Okay, we're back.
All right, everyone. So, as I said, Rashida is going to do a quick little demo. I told her to just do whatever she wants. Want to kind of give you all some tips for spring, ladies, as we are coming into this. So, just do your thing, Rashida.
Okay, cool. So what I'm going to be doing today, I'm going to do a really quick look, like less than 10 minutes, and you can get this done. She already has on foundation. You can do your face in 10 minutes. My face, I normally take about 12 to 15 minutes doing. That's including lashes. Today, we're going to do something really quick. I have this palette. It's called the Renaissance Glam palette I created for one of the companies here, the Detroit link.
Oh, that's what I meant to ask you right quick. Is there any brands that you recommend?
Oh, goodness, that's a loaded question.
Oh.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
I'm going to work on it.
Okay.
So really quickly, in the mornings, you all can do a really quick. So you want to do a really quick eye. So I want to tell you something about color. You can do, y'all gonna laugh at me, but the same thing I do on the, watch this. I'm about to hit y'all up so good. And y'all gonna see this gonna be done so quickly. I'm just adding with a brush. And I can't, because of the time, and give you guys all of the can't stop and do all the things I would normally do. But we're going to partner with Rocki's Reality on something for the ladies, okay? So, really quickly, I'm just doing a really quick eye. I'm putting that matte color on there. I'm going to go with this soft little goldy pink color to go on top of the lid. This does not take long to do. I'm just putting boop, 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 boop. If you watch my live, you know I do the boop, boop, boop. So, open for the people. Rocki, so y'all see that? Really pretty, really simple, really quick. Then I'm going to go ahead and put some liner. I use a gel liner on the eyes. This gel liner is by Inglot. You can get it off of Amazon. It's by Inglot. I love this gel liner. I'm using a, what is it? A little thin brush. Close to me. I'm putting the gel liner here on her lid, on her lash line. I'm on the other side, putting a little bit more here. And I want y'all to, people, trust me, you can do this look in a few minutes. Now, I'm a residue queen. I like to use I don't like to go back in. I'm using the residue on here to look up for me, Rocki. I'm using the residue from the black, and I'm going right here at the bottom, and I'm using this liner brush And I'm not doing anything else but that. Look in the camera. Can you zoom in on you on the eyes real quick?
I can't really.
He can't really zoom in.
I'll lean in a little bit so they can see.
Okay.
I can tell. Cool. Gel liner. Okay.
It's a gel liner.
That's interesting. Okay.
Then I'm going in with this palette called Promise. It's by Lexi Geek Cosmetics. This palette right here. I'm going with this little soft pink blush and little brown blush. And I'm tapping it off. I always tap the blush off because there's always too much. I'm putting a little bit here and a little bit there. So I can't really see.
Crystal says, yes, it's very defined. Okay.
Well, thank you, Crystal. This is my cousin down in Atlanta. She's in Georgia, Okay. Now I'm going to take a bronzer. This is just for some glows. It's springtime coming up. A lot of women like to glow. They love that glow. But don't overdo the glow. Sometimes the women look like glow sticks at the skating rink. You don't want to look like a glow stick. A little bit of glow. Y'all see that? She has that going on. A little bit. And the last thing we're going to do. Oh, ladies, you want to make sure that you put some moisturizer on your lips. Moisturizer is essential. I like this Laneige from Sephora. And you're going to moisturize the lips. Why? Because in Michigan, we have, it gets dry in the winter time, and even in the summer, you want your lips to be moisturized.
So not chapstick.
Not chapstick. No.
It's called lip moisturizer.
It's called lip moisturizer. That's a lip mask, actually. Lip moisturizer, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Too funny. Look up for me. It's going back. I'll put a little more there. And I'm going to go in with this little light color. This little soft pink. I'm using the Danessa Myrix palette. It's a nude palette. It has all these different colors in it. But it's all nudes. I'm putting this soft pink nude on her lips. What do y'all think out there? I don't know. You can't read nobody's.
I'm feeling cute. Nicole says she's loving this. Nicole Baldwin.
Okay. Hey, Nicole Baldwin. And how long have I been on this face, engineer?
We got about another 3 minutes.
How long have I been on the face, though?
Maybe about 10.
10 minutes. 10 minutes. Okay. And there you have it. Let me show y'all Rocki's face up front. Let me show my viewers. So you all can see her face.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
And that was in less than 10 minutes. She already has on lashes. Y'all see her lashes? Look up. So I want to talk really quickly to everybody about the lashes. So lashes, having your lashes and brows done is something that can be, you can wake up made up pretty much. When you have on lashes, and these lash extensions are very beautiful, you want to go to somebody that's licensed. I recommend somebody that's licensed. I don't care if you get mad at me out there because you've been certified. Licensing, I say that because the people, or if you've been certified by somebody who really, really, But the licensing, all
like a licensed esthetician.
Like a licensed esthetician.
Which is mine. Ebony Eyes.
Yes.
Ebony Eyes
because
does my lashes.
They know
licensed.
all the things with they know all the things with contraindications. They know about if you have an allergic reaction. They know what to do, how to flush your eyes out. But you want to go to somebody that knows what they're doing and they're licensed. And so you're going to pay, I think, upward $80 and up for these lashes that you get done like every couple of weeks. But they're so beautiful. And I do recommend them. I personally can't wear them because I have a lot of allergies to the glues. So if you have glue allergy, latex allergies, you want to go get a test on your eyes to make sure that you can do it. But that is what she's wearing, and having your brows. And she already has a nice brow. So I just put her brows, and she can get up in the morning and get together and go.
I love it.
So
I love it. So we got a minute to ask right quick about because I noticed you're using several kinds
of
makeup brands.
Okay. Oh, so you want to talk about makeup brands? Okay.
Right quick, because I noticed you use.
Okay.
It seemed like whatever works or what.
Yeah. So I like quality makeup brands. I have luxury products in my kit as well as some things from Ulta, from the drugstore. I have a mix and mingle kind of thing because some things work better than others, right? For my foundations, I tend to stick with NARS, MAC. I stick Black Opal is a staple in my kit. I have a whole Black Opal thing right here. This is all Black Opal in here. I just put it in this little thing because it matches, especially women, African American women's skin, which we do all women's skin tones. We do Caucasian women, Asian women, Indian women, Black, white. We do everybody. So don't think we're just a Black company. We're not just a company that services Black women. We happen to be in a Black demographic, but we service all nationalities. In terms of like my lip products, I like things that are moisturizing. They're not too drying. But if you use a mattifying lipstick is going to be dry. So you have to keep your lips moisturized. And when you take it off at night, moisturize your lips so they won't crack. I love a creamy lipstick as well. Like what I use on you is by Danessa Myricks, DanessaMyriks.com, DanessaMyriks. She's a Black woman in the beauty industry who has helped change the game on products. I use her products. The Inglot, the gel liner is by Inglot, Inglot. You can get off of Amazon. My lip products, I use my lip products. I use the Glam Doctor's lip products. You know, I have my own lipsticks. I have my own eyeliners and brow pencils and things like that. Skincare, you're going to use the Glam Doctor Skincare Harmony when it comes out. Yeah. I use Geek Cosmetics. That's by Lexi. She's a great line of color products and foundations that are really, really good. So, yeah.
I love it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You so much.
Oh, you are welcome.
Oh, I love you. I appreciate you. So thank you everyone for tuning in and watching. Make sure y'all get at the Glam Doctor, who, by the way, did my daughter's makeup for prom and had my baby looking just like a little princess, had her skin tone right. I just appreciate you, Rashida, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of what you're doing out here. I'm just excited whenever I see,
awesome.
You know, and I love how you come on and you just share and you just like letting people know this can be what you can live your dream as well.
Yes,
you can live your dream as well.
And it's also enough for everybody. The God is the God of more than enough. That's the space I live in.
Abundance.
I don't live in a space where I feel like because this one person did it that's all it is and it's sold up. No. That's why God is a God of creativity. He's made everybody different. So you have to understand what you come to the table with is something that I come to the table with. We're not the same. We are not the same. Not the same DNA, not the same makeup, not the same blood, not the same anything. You have to approach business like that there is enough for everybody. Because guess what? Like I always say, there are 100 red lipsticks. And I will buy 100 red lipsticks.
Exactly.
And I do have a lot of red lipsticks. And I buy from this brand, this brand, this brand, this brand. It doesn't matter. So there is room for you. If somebody out there struggling with that, there's room for you. Stop saying that I can't do it because she doing like this. Somebody took my idea. No, okay, just up level the idea. It's a McDonald's and it's a Burger King. They both sell hamburgers, right? I'm just saying.
Right. And it's 11 brands of bread.
Yes.
In the bread aisle too.
Yes.
So
people
may do what you do, but not the way you do it. And I believe when energies connect as well. I believe that. So thanks again for everyone watching. I'm glad we were able to close out Black History Month with what? Well, we're gonna get back to that. We definitely. This is just part one. That's what I'm saying. She's a friend of the show now. She's gonna have to come back again. We're running out of time. But Women's History Month, we're kicking off next week with Camille Soul Dope of Soul Dope Entertainment. She's the only Black woman who owns a record label in Ohio. Wow. Then we're gonna have Juicing with Jay on. And then also we will have Justice Kyra Bolden on, you all, who is the youngest and the first Black woman on the Michigan Supreme Court. So y'all tune into Rocki's Reality next Thursday. We'll be back. And then also y'all make sure y'all follow Rashida the Glam Doctor. Keep up with her.
Yes, please follow me on go to my Instagram page right now, theglamdoctor.com. Go to the Glam Doctor. Sorry, doctor is spelled all the way out on all my social media platforms. Please follow me. Message me. Say you watched this. Tell me what you felt about this or anything I can do better. I'm always open to any kind of positive critique. I appreciate it.
Same here. Same here. Y'all know the inbox is open. So, all right, y'all have a good night.